It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. Joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us on the sideline. Now Golden State's starting five. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the small forward. And for Portland, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Avdia is out there with Williams. And it's Kamare in at the three. And through this early portion, Greg, of the season, we've had our fair share of surprises.
Yeah, it's fun to see the preseason predictions go up in flames, right? Every year it feels like we have at least one.
Ayton, he's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Scoot Henderson. Porter's checked in for the Warriors. Outside, Green. Back to Butler. Green with a screen on Williams. Butler attacking, and it's Butler with the jam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And it's Sharp missing.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Podziemski with it. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Green with a screen on Sharp. 5 to shoot. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Now, I asked him who hasn't worried out there on the floor, and his answer was Draymond Green. He told me he's a high-effort, high-IQ player who can be so effective. Right now, our plan is to stay physical with him and not let him dictate the terms out there. Of course, this means a hard-fought contest down low. Guys?
Thank you, David. Porter passes to Butler. Green with a screen for Butler. To the middle, trying to find Green. He's got it now.
You love how physical Green is willing to get, enduring the foul and finding the bottom of the bucket.
A different look now for Portland. Trent's checked in for Robert Williams. And Henderson subbed in for Sharp. Golden State also making some changes. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody. And Miller subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. And here is Simon. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. And that one's good by Henderson.
And this is something Simons continues to work on. Love seeing him look to involve his teammates.
Green dishes to Porter. Pass to Butler. Green with a screen on Avdia. And stolen by Ayton. Trent against Porter. Avdia. And here is Simon. Here's Ayton. And that one drops for him.
Through the defender, Ayton. He's going to get his.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Warriors. They lead by 7. Butler deciding where to go with it. Portland grabs the miss. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back here tonight.
1:37 left here in the first quarter. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by DeAndre. The Trailblazers shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Miller against Trent. Outside, Simons. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
and you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now we're seeing him take the next step with his playmaking. And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
Butler on the way. And stolen by Simon. Throws up. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the evening. First free throw is good. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
Walker's checked in for Portland. Here's Porter. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Now, here's Simons. He's got 5. To the paint. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Henderson and Simons are their guards. Gary Trent is out there with Evans, and it's Ayton in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Henderson passes to Ayton. Pass to Simons. Puts it up. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And the dime going to Ayton, expanding the passing part of his game.
Simons against Porter. Shoots. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Simons. Pass to Jackson Davis. At the top of the key, Curry. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now Evans. Outside, Simons. Back to Evans. And Evans throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And Portland making a change here. Kamara is checked in. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Inside. And Kuminga throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Ayton.
Clearly paying attention out there. Ayton rolls off smoothly into a nice scoring position.
Here's Santos, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And we see dunkers get technicals for hanging on the rim, slapping the backboard, or Richard even staring someone down. Should refs let that slide, or is that something they got to pay attention to?
I don't mind the hanging on the rim, the smacking the backboard. I love that aggression. The staring people down, that's something you got to be careful with because that can cause some problems, and we don't want any of those issues on the court.
Porter inside. He's covered by 8. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Simons. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Warriors leading by 6. And a wide open look for Porter. No good with the triple.
Yeah, they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Henderson left side. Ayton kicks to Simons. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Warriors with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Outside Curry. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Porter passes to Curry. Shot clock at 5. Golden State needs to get off a shot.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Porter finds Jackson Davis. Now here's Curry. Henderson defending. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Ayton sets the pick for Henderson. Off target from three-point range. On the wing, Porter. Back to Curry. Now Porter. He's got 9. At this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Trailblazers third.
Last year, they had a very physical aspect of the game down. They were a very tough team to keep off the boards.
Diaz checked in for Trent. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Trailblazers trail by 9. Here's Henderson. 8 points for him. Henderson with the screen for Simons. Down low, Ayton lays it up and banks it in. That's 10 points for DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Curry with it. He has 5. Podziemski finds Curry. Porter against Simons. To the inside. Green. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Green's got 10.
Good luck against Green inside. Even when you throw contact at him, he just fights twice as hard.
Back to Henderson. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Porter looking it over to the left side wing. Avdia against Kuminga. Here's Podziemski. There's Porter with the 3. Rebounded by Kamare. Trailblazers trail by 7. Pass to Ayton. Over Green. And it's Ayton missing. Golden State's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Porter kicks to Kuminga. Henderson against Curry. And the rejection by Ayton.
With his reach, it's hard to get anything over DeAndre Ayton.
Pass to Simons. Goes to the reverse layup and puts it in. He's got 12.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Porter dishes to Curry. Green with a screen on Henderson. Curry outside. The shot, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. Here's Simons. Drills the baseline jumper. 14 points for Anthony Simons.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Here's Curry. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Aiden Sharp's checked in for the Trailblazers. Then for the Warriors, Butler, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Moses Moody in for Stephen Curry. RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
And on the court, Simons is like a lightning bolt of energy. He hustles hard and just puts in the sweat to outwork the other team.
And Simons drops them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Green finds Podziemski. With the drive, it's Porter outside. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Simons against Porter. And it's Simons missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
It's Porter outside. The Trailblazers pull it in. Kamare's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sharp, the pass to Avdia. Ayton, a screen on Butler. To the paint. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Ayton. Golden State's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Outside, Porter. Butler sets a screen for Porter. Back to Butler. Rebounded by Kamare. Kamare's got 5 rebounds tonight. Right side, Simons. Launches a 3. Green with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pass to Butler. Hammering it home.
Using his strength and athleticism, plays like this from Butler just motivates his team.
Avdia finds Sharp. Here's Kamare. Here's Avdia. And the 3-ball is good. Avdia's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Porter passes to Butler. There's 1:54 left here in the second. Back to Porter. Pass to Green. Here's Moody. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Avdia, the pass to Simons. 1:25 left in the first half of basketball. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Warriors leading by 3. Here's Podziemski. And here's Porter. 13 points in the game. Yep, it counts. Porter's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. For the Trailblazers, Williams comes in for Ayton, and Scoot Henderson subbed in for Anthony Simons. "59 seconds left in the first half. It's Williams, high post. He's against Green. Williams passes to Henderson. 6 on the shot clock. There's the drive. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Henderson's got 12 in the game.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
Porter passes to Green. Avdia against Butler. Now here's Porter. He's got 15. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Here's Sharp. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 10.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
Now Butler. It could go. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Just like the ball movement, the drive and kick. Our guys have played really well together. Just trying to move the ball, get a great shot.
We'll see if we can keep the ball flying around as we continue. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Well, I think for the Warriors, they finally got it. Anyone can win on any night. That said, once they've adjusted, watch out. Lots of firepower on this roster.
And now, guys, let's talk about these Warriors and this close game they find themselves in.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up good shots for great ones.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, but also disciplined. That's a sign of good coaching.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in. Then for the Warriors, Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moses Moody. And Porter subbed in for Stephen Curry. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Porter, Butler out there with Kuminga. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Jackson-Davis in at center. And it's Simons missing. Warriors leading by 17. Up top, Jackson-Davis. And there's the drive. Can't convert the two-handed jam. Henderson outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Henderson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Pajemski finds Porter. Jackson Davis in the corner. Lock at 6. Porter a screen on Henderson. Here's the 3. Henderson pulls it in. And it's Henderson with the ball for Portland. 15-point game. Puts up a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Henderson's got 23 points.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Butler sinks the tough shot inside.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Avdia kicks to Simons. 3-pointer. The Warriors pull it in. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Porter against Henderson. Porter inside. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Here's Sharp. Warriors with the rebound. Kuminga's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Porter, bounce pass. Butler passes to Porter. Jackson Davis with it. No good on the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Avdia. Outside, Simons. Jacks up a 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Simons has got 19 points.
And you got to get out on that if you're the defense. Simon's too big a threat from deep.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You got to focus on the details.
And the Warriors making a change here. Santos is checked in. Here's Simons. 19 points in the game. From the arc. That shot is off. And so it's the Golden State Warriors looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Back right after this. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy, drive and kick, let it come out the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Fernie Simons out there with Gary Trent. Then it's Denny Avdia. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Here's Curry. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Avdia with a screen for Simons. Outside, Avdia. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Warriors leading by 11. Curry passes to Porter. Back to Curry. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Simon's on the wing. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Since Simon's entered the league as a teenager, he's done a great job working on that strength.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be tipping off a homestand, starting with the Memphis Grizzlies. And then on Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And for the matchup with the Heat, it's one that should be a fun contest. The way the teams stack up against each other makes for some good basketball.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Outside, Simon. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Warriors shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. And that one drops. Porter's got 22 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Porter kicks to Curry. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. And the Warriors lead by 16.
And he's quickly up to four made threes in this game. Sheesh, get this man the rock.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Avdia against Kuminga. Now here's Simon. Defense is right there. Count that bucket.
And while he's not the biggest guy in the world, Simons will battle and make some tough shots like that one.
Here's Curry. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
Slashing with purpose there. After setting that screen, Williams knows where to position himself in these sets.
Outside, Porter. Over in the corner, Kuminga. 4 on the clock. On its way from Curry for 2. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kamari's got his 7th rebound here tonight. 3-pointer, Simon. Nailed from three-point land. Simons has got 8 points here in this quarter. Pass to Jackson Davis. Podziemski with it. Left side, Kuminga. Curry gets it, keeps his balance, and finishes the play.
And this has become expected from Curry. Everyone knows how dangerous he is at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Stephen Curry. The first one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Sharp's checked in for the Trailblazers. Scoot Henderson comes in for Anthony Simons.
And one of those guys who fell in the draft the year he came out due to injury. Porter healed up and has taken the lead by storm.
Here's Curry with the three. And it's Portland with the rebound. And they've got time, Greg, to chip away at this lead.
Yeah, still lots of time, but they have to play smart if they want to erase this deficit.
Sharp on the wing. His three-pointers off the mark.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
Outside Curry. Pass to Jackson Davis. Now Kuminga, the three. Rebound by Williams. Now here's Henderson. He's defended by Pajemski. Henderson kicks to Porter. Sharp on the wing. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Henderson, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here's Porter. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Here's Porter. Williams trying to break free. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut back down to 11. Some big points there from Porter.
And he has to build on this because we can see where him being a ghost out there has gotten them so far.
And Curry has it in the corner. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Andre Ayton's checked in for Portland. Avdia comes in for Porter. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Moses Moody in for Curry. Warriors leading by 11. Porter dishes to Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense, but what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the three.
At the line for Portland, Denny
Avdia, no good on the free throw. The Warriors have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Porter against Henderson. Butler from outside. And again, no good by Golden State.
He knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, but he's still been unable to connect from deep past the break.
Henderson outside. Shoots from the elbow. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Henderson's got 13 points here in the second half alone. And here's Porter. Green with a screen on Henderson. And Porter, here we go. Lets it go with the 3. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
And he's been much more assertive here in the second half. Getting to his spots, executing with ease.
Outside, Avdia. Pass to Williams. Here's Sharp. He's defended by Pajemski. They get it back. Green with the block.
When you talk about the best defensive players of this era, you have to talk about Draymond Green.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Green with the ball. Now, here's Moody. Pass to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. Green with a screen on Henderson. Here's Porter. Here's Green. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Trailblazers trail by 7. Now Sharp. Shoots the three. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now, here's Moody. Guarded closely. Outside Butler. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Porter. Nice move. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Avdiev's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now, here's Sharp. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Golden State ball.
.119 left here in the fourth quarter. Warriors leading by 7. Butler passes to Porter. They kick it out to Green. Stolen by Avdia.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
Porter against Henderson. 3 on the clock. Over Porter. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Butler against Williams. Can they get it? Shot's good from Butler. And the Warriors lead by 9.
And the release of Butler's jumper, it's so smooth. He has no problem knocking it down from mid-range.
Kamare misses. And so here is Golden State. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. So we see the Warriors get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. You guys had it going from long range. When that happens, how does that affect the offense?
Well, when they're making shots, it's opening the lane for us drivers. And we just want them to continue to shoot with confidence. Everybody on this team, no matter if you make it or miss it, we need you to shoot it because that's what the game tells you to do.
Keeps the floor spread, man. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, David. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. And now, our player of the game, Jimmy Butler.